go.
Good morning, class. This is Dr. Bill Rogers, and what we're going to be working on with the video today is we're going to be working upon the forehand. So our tennis player who's going to be demonstrating the forehand today is Bryson Bishop. Bryson is 12 years old, and so she's going to be demonstrating the forehand. So one of the things that we want to start with and we want to take a look at, point one, is that you have the right grip. So Bryson normally hits with a semi-western grip. So Bryson, if you can show the class your semi-western grip from the side. Yep, turn it down to the side right here. Perfect, and that's what she's going to use. Also, point number two, in tennis, all timing in tennis comes from your feet. And specifically within that, what we're talking about is we're going to be talking about doing a split step. So Bryson, show me a split step. Perfect, and again. And notice how it's just a short little hop. And this is commonly known as a universal athletic starting position. It's from this position that her weight is very well balanced through the center of gravity of her body, through the midline of her body. That way she could push off and either move to the forehand side or to the backhand side. From that, the way that we try to move in tennis is we slide. And sliding is strictly, this is point number three, a heel to heel lateral motion. So Bryson, show the class you're very good with the feet and slide back. And when we get back, we do a split step, which prepares her to move the other way. So if a ball would be going to her backhand side, Bryson could slide over and set up for a backhand, but now she comes back over and split steps, and we're working on a forehand. So the next thing that we want to take a look at is we want to look at the stance of this, of how you set up to address the forehand. And the modern forehand is generally hit with an open stance. So we're going to take a look at that and split step, slide over and set up for your forehand. So if you'll notice from over here, when she sets up, we've got a couple of things going on. Notice how the left hand, and Bryson's obviously right-handed, the left hand is over. And what this accomplishes is two things. With the left hand being over, it loads the shoulder. But it also communicates to the feet, because this is where Bryson wants to hit the ball every time. And Bryson likes hitting the ball slightly above her waist, so it's over there, and so the feet will be able to adjust to get the hand. At any given time, Bryson ought to be able to step out and just tap the forehand, tap the ball with her left hand, her left fingers right there. I also want you to notice that the feet are wide, giving her a solid foundation and base of support. Notice that when she set up here, I want you to look at the arm in here, right? So this is in tight. Notice that she has the butt cap of the racket. Frequently in class, last time I think we talked about this being the camera. The camera is going to point out at the ball that's coming to you, so when she's ready to address the ball. So from there, what we want to wind up doing is we're just going to do a very slow motion swing there, Bryson. And if you can slow it down and swing through the ball. Notice how her hips are turning in, and as she follows through, the right hip is all the way through the ball. If you'll look at the toe, she's come up, that's allowed her to pivot on that. And it's allowed the flexibility of the right side of her body for her to not only get her hips, the large muscle groups, the hips and the shoulders all the way through the ball. If you also look at the follow through over here, what you're going to notice is the butt cap of the racket is pointed out, you know, to where her ball is going across the net. So this constitutes a really good follow through. This is very, very important, because it is the left hand which winds up changing the grip between the forehand grip, her semi-western, and moving to the backhand grip. I also want you to notice that when she's followed through, that what she's doing is she's looking over her forearm at that. So slide back to the middle, Bryson. And we're going to give it a little bit more of a look in real-time speed here. So split step, slide and hit a forehand, and back through, and you're going to hit a split step again. Perfect. So if we look at the top points of what we're talking about within this, number one is we're looking at grip, that you have the appropriate grip. Remember that there's 3 different types of forehand grips that we were working with. And grips are a function of height. Number 1, grips are a function of height. Number 2, that all timing in tennis comes from the feet and a split step. Right. Number 3, that the way that we try to move to a ball is we slide, heel to heel lateral motion, right? Number 4, when we set up to hit the ball, that we are to the side of the ball, that we're not facing open, but our shoulders are turned. We're loading the large muscle groups of the body, the shoulders as well as the hips. We look at the how we're set up with it here, we're almost coiled and able to uncoil and through the ball. So that's number 4, the most important thing. Number 5, when you go to hit, is the follow through. And notice Bryson has a perfect follow through. If you'll look at Bryson, we've got the butt cap of the racket, which is pointed out toward the opposite side of the court. We know that Bryson, when her ball touches the other side of the court, she's going to wind up hitting a split step. But you also notice, again, when she's through, the right hip is in front of the left hip, and that the follow through is always here. She's looking over her forearm when she gets ready to do that, and then she'll slide back to the middle. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to wind up going real time with this. What I'm going to do, these are called dead ball drills, and this is going to be a drop feed, and I'm going to drop feed. The speed's going to be obviously quite quicker. So what you'll be able to do is see Bryson, executing this in real time. So Bryson, here we go. Ready? Split step. Go. Stand out. Perfect. Back to the middle. Circle around. Very nice. Good feet, Bryson. Perfect again. Very good. Excellent. This is just very textbook strokes. Notice that she's not overly swinging, but it's the hips and the shoulders which are coming through the ball. And Bryson is perfect so far. There you go. Great, Bryson. Thank you. So class, here's what I want you to do. What you're going to wind up doing within this assignment is you're going to give me the 5, in paragraph form, the 5 points that you need to set up to hit the appropriate forehand. The 5 points that you need to set up to hit a solid forehand. So we would like to thank Bryson Bishop today for coming out to do this. I hope everyone is safe and well, and you'll be getting a series of these videos coming up. Thank you, and have a safe day. Bye-bye.